Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is in your world, your realm. It is the afternoon here. I think it's like, I don't know, 1:30, 2 o'clock. I thought, it's been a while since I came on and did a video because let me tell you a little secret about myself. I do not record videos if anyone is home. Sam, the kids, I can't get into it the way I can when I'm alone and by myself. Plus, there'd be interruptions, distractions, whatever. My boyfriend's been on vacation for like almost 2 weeks. The kids have been home, and yeah, so I just haven't had a chance to get around to it. So today I actually got some alone time, so I figured now would be a good time to get on here and do a little video. And I put together a list of my tips and tricks for hair, skin, and makeup kind of thing. So if you're interested in hearing what those are, keep on watching and we'll go over all that together. Um, I did my makeup before this video. It being Halloween, I wanted to do something a little festive, and as I was working on it, I started getting like Black Swan vibes from it, if you will, but I guess Pink Swan, what have you. My skin is nice and glowy because of this shot right here, the Morphe X Jeffree Star Starberry Setting Spray, and it smells so good. A lot of people complained about it, saying it smelled artificial. It is artificial. It's a freaking setting spray. Are you gonna put real strawberries in it? Whatever. Anyway, before I get to the list, I did want to discuss two things. Tati Beauty and the Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star palette. I will be purchasing both, and I can't wait to get my fingers in those palettes. Tati's will be released Friday the 25th, and Shane's will be released Monday. Not sure what, not Monday, the 1st. Not sure what day that is. I watched Tati's launch party video today, and oh my god, it brought tears to my eyes. I got chills while watching it. She threw a launch party for her subscribers, and I really thought that was brilliant of her, because these YouTubers would not have their platforms if it weren't for these subscribers. They are what gives them money. They're what gives them opportunities. They're what gives them views and keeps their algorithm up on YouTube and keeps them prospering and flowing. So this party was not for influencers. It wasn't for brands. It was for Tati's subscribers. She had them all come celebrate this launch with her. She gave them PR packages. She was so genuine. And you could see the excitement in all of the people that were there in their eyes. It was beautiful. Every time her husband, James, looks at her, it's like he has tears in his eyes. You can tell he is so proud of her. And it is just inspirational to see that type of relationship and that type of business ethics coming from a woman in the beauty industry. I think it's very admirable, and I'm very proud of her. And she was not my first beauty YouTuber, I'd have to say. She was the first one that caught my interest and locked me in almost immediately. I've been following her for about 4 years, maybe 5. I don't know. It's been a while. But what else was it? Okay, well, that being said, oh, the Shane and Jeffree palette. I can't wait for that one either, man. I bet you it's going to look just badass. I think it's going to have cool aesthetic. I think it's going to look amazing, and I can't wait to play with that one either. Merry Christmas to me, because these two palettes will be mine. The Shane and Jeffree one will more than likely sell out. Tati's probably will too, but I know there's so much hype and excitement around Shane and Jeffree's palette, and it was really smart on their end to make this docu-series about it, because people feel involved. They feel like they're a part of the process. They've seen it from idea to conception and manufacturing and now becoming a reality. So we, the viewers, feel like we've been there through the whole ride, so when we get it in our hands, it's going to mean that much more to us. Very smart on their part. All right, skin, hair, and makeup tips. For skin, for all over skin, my number one tip and recommendation for your skin: when you shower, as soon as you turn that water off, put your moisturizer on, your body moisturizer. I mean, this is a really good one right here. I like this one because it adds like subtle glow to the skin. It's not like fake tan where you turn orange and streaky and all that. And at the end of summer, they usually go on clearance for $5 a bottle, and that's like half off. So That's a good one. See, these were all at work and I wrote my name on them so nobody would buy them. Yep. Tainted, mine. But anyway, you don't have to use a glow enhancing lotion. You can use any body lotion, but as soon as you, and it doesn't have to be the wet moisturizer, it can be a regular one. As soon as you turn that shower off, before you dry off, just lather up in that moisturizer before you get out of the shower, because your skin, when it's wet, will soak up the moisturizer better and it will stay moisturized longer. When you're putting it on dry skin, it kind of just stays on the surface, but when your skin is wet, it seeps in. And just trust me, try it once, you'll never stop. Okay, wash your face twice a day, morning and night. That is the best facial skincare tip I can give a person. When you don't wash your face, oils build up, dirt builds up, your pores get bigger because all of that stuff is soaking into your skin, so you want to keep your face clean. I do think you should exfoliate once, at least once, maybe twice a week if you have more oily or acne prone skin. Do not over exfoliate because it will irritate the skin. You just have to be mindful of when and how you do it. Really harsh scrubbers, not a good idea. You want something micro and fine. Meaningful Beauty had a really good one. It almost felt like sand particles on your face, but it was a little softer and not as dense. But yeah, so there's that. Moisturizer. Do not leave this out. Even if you have oily skin, you want a maybe a bit of a more watery, thinner texture moisturizer for oily skin. For our dried skin beauties, myself right here included, I like a thick, heavy, dense moisturizer for my nighttime. During the day, in the morning, I use the Clinique Moisture Surge 72-hour auto-replenishing hydrator. This stuff is so good. I love it. Clinique is a little bit on the pricier side, but this one I think is like $12 to $15. And it's 1 ounce, 1 full ounce, and it smells so good. And you don't need a lot either, just a little, like a less than a dime size, about half a dime size amount is plenty for your face and neck. In terms of like cleansing, I really love that Tatcha cleanser, but it's like $35 a bottle, and who has time for that? Neutrogena's got a good cleanser. If you're just wanting like a makeup remover, I've mentioned this before, the Good Molecules Instant Cleansing Balm or the Clinique Cleansing Balm. This one's cheaper. I like this one better. It doesn't leave, not that Clinique leaves a film on your skin. It doesn't, but you can tell you use, and then you have to go, double wash. You have to go wash that off too. This, I can take my makeup eraser, my magic makeup eraser thing right here, dampen it, wipe it off, and oh my god, it's the best thing ever. And your skin feels soft and clean and moisturized afterwards. I do suggest a toner. The Ordinary has a great one. It's 7% glycolic acid toner, I think is what it's called. I just finished off that bottle and it's amazing. Again, that brand is The Ordinary. You can get that at Ulta and Sephora. Beautylish is, or Good Molecules is only on beautylish.com, but it's very affordable along with The Ordinary. They are both very affordable and very comparable in terms of the products that they make. I'm using the Good Molecules Niacinamide Brightening Toner right now. I don't have any complaints with it. I like it. I think I prefer the Ordinary 7% glycolic acid toner though. One, it's $7. I think this was $15, and you get like twice as much in the Ordinary bottle. So if you're going to use a toner, stop by Ulta, grab a bottle of the Ordinary, and you will be pleased. It helps the skin also retain the moisture, it keeps it from drying out, and it has some exfoliating properties as well. If it's accessible to you or you're interested in doing this, I do recommend also a hyaluronic acid serum, again for our dry skin girls and boys. This is going to help your skin retain the moisture. After you wash and tone, this is when you want to come in with the hyaluronic acid. I think the Ordinary has one too. This is Good Molecules. I'm loving them right now, obviously. It's only $6, I believe. It's not that expensive, and it's very good. I love it. If I don't use it, I feel off. Like it's just one of those things. Eye creams. Let me take a vape real quick for this one. Eye creams are moisturizers. They are. It's just maybe a little bit heavier of a moisturizer, but that's what they are. I have this that I got in my FabFitFun box. It's Dr. Brandt's Needles No More, No More Baggage Eye Depuffing Gel. And it's great for like an hour, and I'll tell you why. It's an agent that when you put under the eyes here, it temporarily tightens and firms it. So it lifts it ever so slightly. But once you go in, you know, with your makeup and all that, you're pretty much wiping it away. So, and I think this is like a $45 eye treatment thing. Save yourself some money, okay? Your moisturizer can do exactly what your eye cream does. I've said this before too. Any topical ointment, gel, cream is not going to perform miracles. It can aid in the benefits of keeping skin moisturized, healthy, clean, bright, you know, and all that, but it's not going to give you a facelift. Like, you know, Kylie Jenner selling that skincare line, don't get me started on it, please, because it's heavily irritates the hell out of me. How is a 22, 3-year-old Botox injected face tightening girl going to school us on how to take care of our skin without all that? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, off that one. So yeah, now let's go on to, I think that's pretty much all I got really that's important in terms of hair or skin. So we'll go on to hair now. Sorry, but if we were sitting face to face, I'd be doing this too. I'd be vaping, and that's how I kind of want to treat this, as if we're in the same room together, hanging out, talking girly shit, you know? All right, so hair. I have dry, frizzy hair, and it's not really curly. It's not really straight. I guess you could say it's wavy. I pretty much knocked the curl out of it through my 30-something years of life. But, so if your hair is dry, I recommend find a good hair oil, number one, for finishing. You can put it in when it's wet, and it will actually help the hair dry faster. It'll smooth the cuticle. What's the one Olaplex. The Olaplex hair oil, which is $25, and it's in a bottle of, hang on, I'm gonna go grab it. So I grabbed a few things. I saw the oil and I was like, oh man, all this is good too. Let me throw that in there. So here is the Olaplex hair oil. I have had this for about a month, and as you can see, it's barely skimmed off the top. You need a very little amount. A lot doesn't come out at a time. So when you're dispensing it, I just kind of tap it on the hand like that about 8 times, rub the hands together, start at the ends, and then just work it up, avoiding the roots if at all possible. But this isn't a heavy oil, so I mean, I feel like you could use a shit ton and your hair is not going to look like it has an oil in it. You know what I mean? It's just smoothing, adds shine, helps the hair dry faster. It's just, if I had to use only one hair product, it would be this. Totally worth the $25 price tag, in my opinion. Plus it lasts forever. I mean, you can't really beat that. This right here, it's the the brand number 4 smoothing balm. I got this off of Birchbox website, and this is $30. I had a 20% off coupon to use those, and I bought this. I can't live without it. I have had this bottle for about, it's been a long time, maybe 4 or 5 months, and it's probably down to about here. You don't need a lot of this either. So again, the price tag to me is worth it. Some people spend $30 a month on their hair care products when I spend $30 for this one bottle, but it lasts me half a year. You know, I mean, I will definitely have this for the next 2, possibly 3 months. So that's another one. Now, if you do not want to pay $30 for that, I found this at Sally's. It's the Ion Luxe Solutions Subtle Golden Shimmer. Leaves hair soft and luminous, provides heat protection. This pretty much has the same effect as this. As you can see, I've used, you know, about a quarter of it here. It doesn't last as long. I think you need a little bit more of it, and it does have like a golden shimmer to it. So that reflects in light, so your hair looks shinier and healthier. It is smoothing. Like it said, it protects from heat. So this is a really good one too. And I think this was like $6 or $7 at Sally's. It also has a little sister that is 2 products in one. I have it in there. I didn't grab it, but it's like an oil and this together. So if you want to skip these two steps, you could buy that on its own and have both. That's really good too. I can't remember what it's called, but you'd recognize it because it's in the same gold packaging like this, and it has two products in it that you can see. So, and it's Ion, the brand Ion. Again, with Sally's, this stuff right here, if you have bleached, damaged hair in any way from heat, if your hair is not damaged, trust me, you want to try this. It's the Hask Placenta Super Strength Leave-In Instant Conditioning Treatment. It goes fast, but damn, it is good. Everybody I have recommended this to cannot live without it now. It works for white people hair. It works for ethnic hair. It works for every type of hair you can imagine. And it is just freaking amazing. Hask Placenta. I know it sounds scary, but it's awesome. It's a protein treatment though. So you don't want to use it every day. Use it like once a week, but when you do, damn, you're going to see a difference in your hair you didn't know could be achieved. Leave-in conditioners. Way, I guess is how you pronounce that. O-U-A-I, Way, leave-in conditioner. This is fantastic. I love it. It makes your hair feel like silk, and that's pretty much it. Tames frizz and all that, but it's freaking amazing. If you shop at Sephora, you can find this there. I'm not sure what the price tag is on it. I got this in one of my beauty subscription boxes that I no longer get. I had to cut those out because I was getting like 6 of them and not using half of the stuff. But sometimes you'd find some real gems in there, and I miss it. I love my subscription boxes. Okay, so that's for the more dry-haired girls. Excuse me. Oily. Now, I don't really have oily hair, so I can't speak on it on a personal level, but I do have training in cosmetology. I did graduate from Paul Mitchell School of Cosmetology in the what was it? Phase 2? Yeah, I was a Phase 2 student, so I guess that's like the honors program of the cosmetology world. But so I have worked with all hair types, and I still practice my cosmetology skills to this day, just not on an everyday basis. Anyway, so for my more oily hair boys and girls, try not to wash your hair every day. I know that's going to be a tough one, and this applies for dry hair too. If you have dry hair, try washing it once a week, maybe twice. Dry shampoo exists for a reason. Utilize it. You'll thank me later. The more you wash your hair, the more you're stripping it of its natural oils, and it's going to make your hair more dry, more brittle, more frizzy. So washing less is a good thing, even for oily. If you have oily hair, when you're washing your hair and stripping it of all that oil, your brain is signaling to your follicles or whatever that it needs moisture. So it's surging out more oil. You know, every time you wash it, that's what it's doing, producing more oil. So it might seem gross at first, but give it a shot. You know, try going down to 2 times a week washes, and your hair will stop producing as much oil. I mean, you'll probably always have an oily textured hair because your oil glands are just, that's what they do. They produce that oil. But if you wash it less, your brain will get that signal less that it needs to produce those oils. So give it a try, see what happens. Also, texturizing spray. That would be a really good thing, I think, for people with oily hair because it tends to weigh it down. This texture spray, you can kind of spray it in there, scrunch it, shake it, and give it a little bit of body. And dry shampoo. Use dry shampoo, please. I'm sure you would love it. Okay. Makeup. Again, moisturize. You want to moisturize your face before applying your... Why did my phone just go so dark? Oh, okay. You want to moisturize before applying your makeup. It is super important. You can skip primer if you want to, but you have to moisturize. Now, this primer right here, to me, feels like a moisturizer. It's the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. It's like a thick, not really a paste, I'd say a cream. I've had this for almost a year. I don't know what the expiration date on it is. Let's see. God, that's tiny. I think it says 6 months. Still smells good. I'm still using it. 6 months. Wow, I wish it was longer because there's so much in there and you don't really need a lot of it. But anyway, so yeah, if you ran out of moisturizer or whatever and you just have this primer, I think this would work for you. But moisturizing, again, is super, super important, even for my oily skin boys and girls. You gotta do it. All right, so with your foundation, say you have a fuller coverage foundation and you love it, but you want it to be a little sheared out. You don't want it to be as heavy on your skin. Take your beauty blender. Sorry, this is dirty. I just used it. It's a brand new sponge. We'll talk about this in a second. I don't want to get sidetracked. A damp sponge is going to shear out the coverage of any full coverage foundation. The Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish little sample I have here is very full coverage. I like to use it with a damp sponge just to shear it out just a little bit. And if you need a little more, you can just, add on another layer. I like my foundations to look skin-like and not so cakey, so I prefer a sponge with my fuller coverage foundations. A foundation brush is going to maximize the coverage of your lower coverage foundations, such as the NARS Sheer Glow. That doesn't have hardly any coverage at all with a damp sponge, but when I use a brush with it, it's beautiful. It's silky, it's smooth, and it's fuller coverage with a brush. That's just how it is. The sponge is going to absorb some of the makeup, whereas the brush, it just kind of sits on the bristles and you're able to move it around the skin without it absorbing 100%. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between using a sponge and a brush with your foundations. I prefer my sponge with my heavier foundations and my brush with my lighter coverage foundations. Let's see, brushes will enhance coverage for a lighter. Oh, that's worse. Okay, pressed powders. Those are good to reduce shine. Like, I'm pretty shiny right now, but I wanted to be shiny. But for the sake of this video, let's demonstrate here. I have a pressed powder here. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder. And in the shade 1 Fair, which I probably should have got 2, at least light, but oh well. So, this powder is going to reduce the shine in my skin. See that? That glare is pretty much gone now. That was in my forehead just there. I do have a shine enhancing setting spray on, so it's probably, going to shine through a little bit. But yeah, see, it just kind of tones that shine down. And that is what I prefer my pressed powders for. I use my loose setting powders to concentrate the coverage in certain areas. Like, I'll use my damp beauty blender. I'll shake some powder out into the lid, roll the sponge down in it, and anywhere I've put concealer, which is typically under the eyes, down the nose, forehead, chin, and the cupid's bow there, I will dip the powder in. Make sure all your creases are rubbed out first, because you don't want to set the creases in. Dip in, tap off, and then just go in and press. I don't bake because it makes me look older. I don't need more powder. I need less powder, but I still need it, if that makes any sense. So yeah, take it and press it into the skin. That's going to help it. It's going to help your foundation and concealer stay set and pressed in rather than just sitting on top of the skin. God, this sponge feels so good. Oh God, I love it. If you don't have a pressed powder and you just want to use this one, you can dip your brush in and just go all in. But anywhere I have concealer, like I said, I will press it in to the skin to reduce shine, to set the foundation and concealer. And then you can even like define your contour. See how I just did that there? Define your contour by going just down the jawline there. Now I have to do the other side to make it match. Okay, so there's that. I love this powder. It's the Laura Mercier setting powder. Oh, the sponge I was going to tell you. I have raved and raved and raved about these. And for my people out there that love makeup that have not tried the Shop Miss A $1.55 sponge yet, what are you doing with your life? Like, these are the best, softest sponges ever. And when it's dry, it's like half this size. So it doubles in size when you wet it. And it is just the softest, most luxurious feeling sponge ever. I don't see how I lived without it. And I don't think you will be able to believe it when you get your hands on this sponge. shopmissa.com. Check them out. Not sponsored. Nobody sponsors me. Nobody knows who I am. I am legitimately telling you that it is a badass sponge and you need it in your life if you use sponges to apply your makeup. Period. Okay. Now I've got some tips in the contour realm. Okay. We'll use my ABH bronzer here and my 2 brushes that I use for contour. Okay, I'm going to need a vape for this one, sorry. So the brush you use is going to determine the finish of your contour. I like to take, say, a bronzer. See, this one is more of like a contour shade for me because it's more on the cooler side, whereas my butter bronzer is a little bit warmer. Actually, no, this one's kind of cool too, but we'll just use this for the sake of demonstration. I already have some on, but we'll go over it anyway. I'm using a not huge, but not super small, fluffy brush. You can use a bigger, larger powder brush if you prefer. I see some people do that, but I prefer mine to be a little more compact. It gives me more control as to where I'm putting the bronzer. So you tap in, shake off, and this is going to give me my bronzed, blown out look. Like, I don't want it to be concentrated just yet. I want this to be blown out and look natural, so to speak. And the forehead here. So this type of brush, loosely packed bristles, well, they're tight, they're packed tight, but they expand out. So you can see that it's just a nice fluffy brush. This is the Japanesque brush that I got at Walmart, and I love this brush. It is my favorite bronzing brush in the freaking world. I've used IT brushes, I've used Morphe brushes, I've used several, and I just go back to this one every time. Okay, so this, I'm not going on the cheekbone and I'm not going under it. I'm going just like, well, no, I'd say I'm going right below that cheekbone right there, because if you bring it down too low, your face is going to look dragged down and you want to make it look lifted. So yeah, right there, almost on the cheekbone, actually. My face is kind of, it's really round and short, so it can be easy to mess up my contour. But I always go in that same spot right there. So this is your more natural looking, blown out bronzer look. Then I like to go in with a tighter brush like this. This is the Morphe X Jeffree Star contour brush. I think it's called a contour brush. It's just the JS3. You can use brushes like this as well, just a smaller type brush. I like to go in with a more cooler tone bronzer after that. And this is where I'm going to get my contoured line. Not just bronzer, but more contoured. Tap that in, tap it off, and then start. I like to take mine to like the top of the ear and just start in very small motions and then drag it out. See how it gives it more detail right there? And it looks, I just like the way it looks. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, you're basically going inside that blown out bronzer. You're going right in the center of that and just concentrating that a little bit. See? That's how I do that. And I use these 2 brushes to achieve it. I love the Jeffree Star brushes. I don't care what anybody says. I think they're freaking amazing. But yeah, I guess that's really all I have. I just wanted to come on and make a quick little tips video for anyone who's interested or wants any of these tips. If you don't, and you did watch it anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. I love making these videos, even though I know a lot of people don't watch them. I know it's not like a popular thing or whatever. Well, it's popular, just I'm not popular. But I'm cool with that. I don't need to be popular. I'm just talking about things that I love and that I'm passionate about, and I want to help anybody who wants to know more about it, learn more about it. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and you know, all that YouTube mumbo jumbo that they spill out. Yeah, I am trying to grow the channel. I would like for it to grow, but I need you guys to make that happen. So, and if it doesn't happen, then I guess I'm just not worth subscribing to. I don't know. And I don't mean that in like a bad way. I'm not cutting myself down or anything. It's just Some people get it, some people don't. Some people have it, some people don't. And it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, so all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. And oh, let's bring you in a little closer so you can see the eyeshadow that I did. I used several different colors, but as it tends to do, they all blend together. I don't know. I tried to wing it out a little bit for that black swan kind of effect, but it's okay. I mean, it's all right. I've done better, but that's cool. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe. Say hi. Say hi to me in the comments. Let me know you were here. I can see how many people have viewed it, but I don't know who it is. So I would love to know that you stopped by. So wave at me, say hello, leave me an emoji or something down in the comments. And tell me what your favorite tip was if you had one. Or give me your tips. If you think I need advice on something, give it to me, man. I'm here. I'm not just here to tell you guys about it. I want you to tell me about it too. So let's get something going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyways, have a great weekend. Well, a great rest of the week. It's my weekend now. So I'm off for 4 days. My son's birthday is coming up and we are celebrating his birthday on Saturday. He's going to be 14. My son's going to be 14 years old. I can't believe that. I mean, I can, but it still blows my mind. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week and a great weekend. Let me know if you're going to purchase the Tati palette that's going to be released this Friday. Because I am. And I can't freaking wait. And I will share it with you guys as soon as I get it. All right, enough said. Have a great day. Bye.